Hi, Gemini. There's a feeling of starting from scratch. A death and rebirth is coming through. And this is bringing you compassion. You have the goddess Kuan Yin here. Now, whatever crisis, challenges you have gone through or you are going through right now, there's a sense here of, as you allow the time to pass, the cycles of the moon to slowly but surely, turn and turn around, there is clarity that comes, and there is a chance for you to actually start from zero. And that could have to do with your heart, where also through all those challenges, this wounding that we've all had to dive into in the Scorpio ecliptic season, this tenderness, this softness, this heart broken, open, is allowing you to recognize in others and in yourself the same. In different ways, of course, but the same human journey that we're all on. And so this compassion is this tenderness, this feminine energy that perhaps you're allowing yourself to dive into instead of being so hard on yourself, pushing things, forcing things. As you have been able to see, you're no longer fighting. And this conflict here, they're saying, feelings which you have suppressed for a very long time are yearning to be acknowledged and expressed. You're torn between what you think is the right thing to do and what your heart wants. And this is the primary cause of stress in your life. We, your angels, urge you to follow your heart. Do what you would love, not what you think you should. Okay, so that seems very significant, between the mind and the heart. Of course, Gemini, right now Mars, which came through, is retrograde in your own sign. And it's been very difficult for the collective in general to deal with this, because we are in that moment of choice, of decisions, but we get a lot of information or perhaps insights, but we are not able to see clearly, because this cannot be seen through the thought process. At this time, we are asked to dive into the feminine, which is more our intuitive part of ourselves, that will feel its way through, that will intuit, that will know. There's a feeling, a body feeling, a gut feeling. When you know, you will know. And it's no longer about pushing, fighting, going quickly, taking action so much. Perhaps it's more about planning the new steps, but it's also about allowing yourself to dive deeper into your own value. You have the second house here. What is it that you're searching in love? What is it that you're searching in your work? How do you want to give value? How do you think that people value you? And perhaps, why are we comparing ourselves to the external? Here, those lessons you're going through have to do with Saturn. And Saturn talks about, it's the grandfather that puts us, and that's the universe, that puts us into situations, circumstances that perhaps are hard, but we learn wisdom in the process. So it's also climbing this mountain slowly but surely, because you got the Fool. The Fool here is a whole new beginning. It's taking a leap of faith. It's not being afraid, because you're the magician. You can create anything that you would like at this time. Now, I see in your oracle spread here, before we get into the tarot for a little bit, everything has to do with abundance, your work, your mission, your path, and the strength needed here to follow that. We started with discontent and boredom, which is the Four of Cups energy, with material and spiritual prosperity. So perhaps you're feeling right now not content about your situation when it comes to finances, when it comes to being abundant, expressing materially your talents, your values, and perhaps you're giving more than you're receiving financially. And that could be here a doubt starting to creep in. And that would be the temptation card. That would be the toxic overthinking that puts you in a scattered mindset where, because you can't see clearly the path ahead with your thought process, you might fall into this, discouragement, like feeling I'm not going to be able to do it. Or that could have to do with love as well. We see a Six of Cups coming through, and there was the Lovers underneath as well. And that's you, Gemini, the choice. It could be a very significant soulmate energy as well, that, we all have been going through relationship re-examination. Venus has been very present in the astrological aspects during the eclipses in November, and still will be for the new moon in Sagittarius. So this temptation could be, getting into depression, getting into feeling unworthy, problems of attachment. And these need to be looked at because you have in your energy triumph and destiny. So there's a wheel turning for you. There's a number 10. We also have in the pre-shuffle in the tarot, the world came through. So that's the closing of a chapter and a new one starting. And there's a breath of fresh air that is coming through. Triumph is that you will be victorious, whatever you decide to manifest. The sun, nothing else but the sun here is coming through. But there's strength needed. Strength is needed. And the strength can be recalibrated in rest and rejuvenation, in meditation, in time, in silence, alone. And again, that has to do with the feminine energy. I'm seeing creeping up a man holding a coin. And you have women holding a coin. So perhaps, here we see a power couple or a business partnership that is on the horizon. But for that, we need to stop comparing ourselves. So perhaps there are jealous people around you, or you don't know really who to trust anymore. When we talk about Venus before, this could have to do with relationships with family, with friends, all of that. But again, victory is coming through, and that has to do with journey. So perhaps, by the way, 222 is important here. Perhaps your journey towards victory will come with a small travel. Perhaps you will meet someone there. But it has to do with your own abilities, your own psychic abilities as well. Tapping into your own intuition with the black cat here. Okay? So let's get a little bit into your tarot. Gemini, please. King of Cups. This is emotional balance, emotional stability. There could be waves around, and right now we're all feeling that. We're all being triggered emotionally, but he's staying put in his throne. Nothing can move him. Underneath we have the Five of Cups. This is regret. This is nostalgia, having to do with the past. Again, here there's 3 cups that are fallen, but there are 2 standing. So there is here a relationship. There is possibility for you, for love. But we are looking into the past, into perhaps our behaviors from the past that are still in the present because they have not been dealt with. Like they were saying before, your feelings, There are feelings which you have suppressed for a very long time that are yearning to be acknowledged and expressed, right? So this internal conflict, Gemini, that needs to be released. Yeah, Temperance is coming through with 9 of Pentacles. Beautiful. And we have the Knight of Pentacles. So see about slowing down. Earth energy here, the slowest knight of the deck. Someone coming in, but slowly and surely, but grounded. Right? So it's going to be long term, this offer, if it is someone. Now, if it is you, you need to go slowly but surely on your new path. Because as you get into this moderation, which is the Temperance card, moderating this conflict within you, you get to the 9 of Pentacles, which is successfully self-employed. So not having doubt in yourself, Gemini. Yeah, the Lovers. You're coming through again. And the Wheel of Fortune. So the wheel is definitely turning like we channeled before. Now, this could have to do with a significant relationship, as we're seeing. And we have a 5 of Pentacles coming through. So this is this feeling of being left out, in the cold, abandonment issues, a very strong, passionate relationship here. Now 6 of Wands came reverse. And this is you not believing that it is possible, that it can be victorious. You know that love for you is not doable, is not possible. Where is this thought coming from, right? That's what needs to be looked at. That is this devil energy. We need to take the mask off here. Now, what we're seeing as well is that perhaps, you know, the 6 of Wands has to do normally with someone who is center stage, feels good about, you know, people looking at them. Perhaps there's here a fear of success. There is also perhaps a sabotage energy because you're not allowing yourself to shine brightly who you are as one person. Nothing to do with another person here. Let me dive into more of this Lovers. Lovers, 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, 6 of Cups coming through again. So this is Summit energy, but it has to do also with your childhood, with those aspects of you that need to be looked at emotionally. Yeah, and look, underneath, the Hierophant. So this is commitment, this could be marriage, but this has to do with also spiritual growth. This is love. We have pure love here. You know, you have kids here coming through, but perhaps you're getting into an understanding of spiritual love. What would that mean? You know, something that has nothing to do with attachment, where there is space, where there is understanding of oneself and the other. Let me get more about this. Lovers, 5 of Pentacles, 6 of Cups. And that came through. Yeah. You're too much in your head. Gemini, look. 5 of Swords. This is being overthinking, and this has been exhausting you. You have the 10 of Wands. This, whatever situation is, has been exhausting you. But what we're seeing is a 3 of Pentacles. Things can be worked out if there's cooperation, teamwork. You know, we are always co-creating in the relationship. We're 2, right? So we have a black cat again here, calling again to your higher self, to your intuition. Perhaps you need to get to write, you know, plan whatever next steps, or write down what you truly want to manifest. The sun is coming through, and you have it twice today. So the Sun is the happiest card of the deck. Now, how do you get there? Through the Hermit. In this cold, in this cold world that we saw before with the Five of Pentacles, there's a light. And the Hermit can have to do with finding this light within you. Once you find this light, once you find the value within you, this happiness, this genuine happiness within you, we see here that there's victory, there's abundance, and there's also a power couple, because we had the man and the woman holding a coin. Two people that really can be abundant together. But it's time to leave the burden down. The burden of the mind, the burden of emotional traumas from the past. It's time to focus on the manifestation of what you truly want, which is your happiness. Once you have this, only this in focus within yourself, this is what you will manifest. Yes, your dreams, Seven of Cups. There are many opportunities available. Again, the Magician archetype coming through. You can manifest it all, but it has to do with the Queen of Cups. Now we had the King starting the reading, and now we have the Queen. The Queen has to do with compassion, like the goddess Kuan Yin we saw. And that's when you get to this higher love, this higher understanding, this compassion for yourself, for your past, the errors, the mistakes, whatever. But not focusing on that so much, not being so much in the past, like we saw before, the Five of Cups, not being in the head with a Five of Swords, but allowing yourself to move forward. Once you're able to do this, there's light. There's beautiful light at the end of the tunnel, Gemini, okay? We will survive this. After death, there is always rebirth. And for happiness, focus on the happiness. I love you. I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you very, very soon. Take care.